Hey there, fellow Factorians. Owners here with another, and dare I say, the final, yes, the final, putting it out there right at the start, the final episode of our Seablock playthrough. And, oh man, there's still a lot that has to happen, but everything that has to happen is happening. We have... Let's get rid of you. There we go. We have everything set up here. We have production for all these parts, and they're all being brought in. The only thing we're waiting on, of course, is our friends, the rocket control units. And I'll spend a bit of time speeding that up as I can this episode. But basically what I'm going to do is we'll do some nice things, have a bit of a play around, and then I'm just going to let it run at 10 by speed until we get the rocket control units. That's my plan. We're not going to hang around any longer. And look, we just launched a rocket. That is definitely not the end. There is the space, not space exploration, SpaceX. One of the space mods is part of the Seablock mod pack. And obviously our base is nowhere near capable of doing any of that. And would then force us to kind of mega base a little bit. But for now, there's two things I want to do right up the bat. The first one is actually back over here at the launch site. If you cast your mind back to last episode, the number of wind turbines I needed was 266, and I don't think I put 266 in. I think I put 200 in, and I just can't see the number. There you go. I did put 200. I'm sure from memory it was 10 lots of 20. So we are actually... we are some short. Now, how long is this? This is 20. So if we put another row here, can we fit in another row here? We can. So now we have 240. We can actually fit due to the fact that it's not even. Okay, well, you, my friend, need to... clearly, you were built in the wrong area. There we go. And what have I done now with the cabling? Got to make sure the cabling looks good. Do we have any copper cable left? Oh no. Do we have any copper plate left? Oh no, I do have. There it is. I just wasn't looking. So let's get rid of you and reconnect you up. There we go. Okay, and that's one. That corner there. That one needs to disappear as well. All right. So none of these middle ones are. Yep. So now we should then be able to paste in another one here, and that should be 260, and then we just need 6 more in a way that doesn't look goofy. What if there was another line here? Why is that? Okay, well, we're just going to do this. We're actually going to overkill them now, but this way it'll look as though it's a bit more even though we have 4 rows up here and only 3 rows down here. We can live with it. We can live with it because I can't do any more and get the range. That is, what is going on here? 4 rows there and only 3. Have I missed? I think I've put a gap in here, haven't I? Let's grab a tile. Yeah, look at that. There's gaps. There's 2 gaps. Okay. 2 gaps. Well, I mean, that's going to mean a mismatch on some of them, isn't it? So let's pull that out. Let's pull that one out. Okay, this makes a bit more sense. There, and there. Beautiful. All right. Get rid of all the ones from our base. Excellent. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is let's have a look at some hazard concrete. Although really, before I play around with that, I should be just seeing what we can do to speed this up. What is our bottleneck? Our bottleneck is still these processing boards, which is a bottleneck purely on production by the looks of it. Bottleneck on production. Well, you know what that means. We can copy that. No, we can't. What are you doing? I obviously put that in a weird way. Let's pop you there. get you some power, of course, and then another little outgoer there. We'll pick you up. That'll do it. All right. So now we should see what we're short of material-wise. It is resistors. I keep calling resistors. They look like resistors, but they're just components. We're actually not short of any of those. So this has given us just enough to keep this going, because this requires 9 every 15 seconds, and these are doing 3 every 15 seconds. Yeah, that makes perfect sense now, doesn't it? As long as we are maintaining those, this will keep going, and we'll have one of these every 15 seconds with our crafting speed of 1.25. Now, we could upgrade these. Could, and dare I say probably should, in many instances, upgrade these to crafting speed 2, because that is quite a big leap. Let's see if we can make, like, how many would we actually need, because we kind of want to do the whole lot if we were going to do that. There are 50 red is in there, and we do have a mall. So let's remember where our mall is, because I'm totally blanking on where our actual mall is. It's over here. We had set up blue production, or did we stop at red? Oh yeah, we do have blue production set up here, but we've stopped what? We've stopped the requester chest from actually requesting anything. So let's do that. But there are no brass gear wheels. All right. I guess we will make those. Brass plate. Do we have brass plate? That's a very good question. Let's get your request here. We do have 300 in storage. All right, let's see how this goes. I'm not sure where that's coming from or how it's going to get here. But if we do this, and now this, hopefully we had set the limit up. No, of course we didn't. Maybe I just put in. Okay. So we're going to have 50 there. So what we'll do now is we'll grab the. Not grab the upgrade planner straight away. We'll modify this upgrade planner to say from our red ones to our blue ones. Yep, that'll do it. Now we'll jump over to our area over here, and we'll just say upgrade all those red ones to blue ones, and probably do those as well. And eventually they'll get round to it. As this is getting built. Alright. But this seems to be the problem, doesn't it? Certainly does. Alright, let's just help that out maybe. Help that out by what? Increasing the size of this? I could make it... We could I mean, it's entirely pointless at this point of the battle, but I want to try and get this point of the factory. Let's make it a bit efficient. Let's put a buffer chest here, and let's have it request a large amount. Let's say 1,000, and then it'll be a bit of a storage in this area if we need it for something else. As long as we remember to click request from buffer chests, which we will. But I don't even know where we're making brass. I think is it still over here in this tiny little? It is. But we've got it. It is automated. Look at that. It is automated. We'll have a lot of bots coming in to grab that. Let's have a quick check on our power. Power's doing well after our updates recently. Roboports, of course. Man, they're churning through. But our steam engines have, well, we should, as Eva keeps pointing out to me, I should be checking power now as the production of and usage of fuel oil. So if we have a look at it, we are using all the fuel oil that we are producing. Is there a there is a buffer. So if we're using all that we're producing and there's a buffer, that means our production has just slowed down. All right, that's good. That's good. So with that upgrade done, which will speed up the number of rocket parts, which we currently are at 27 of 100. Got a lot of rocket parts to go. Let's have a look at some of the refined concrete, some hazard concrete. You know, everyone loves launching rockets from hazard concrete. It's almost a tradition. Okay, let's jump into FNEI. To do hazard, refined, or just hazard. Well, let's go the cheapie. It is just 1-to-1. Okay, all right. Where is our concrete currently getting put? That's here. 1,000 concrete. All right. Let's expand out a little bit of land here, just a small amount, and then we will grab in for that. Hazard, regular old hazard concrete. We're lazy. Get some power, and okay, that's where we're going. That's not where we're going. We're going to be even lazier. There we go, and pick up from over there, and just have. We probably don't need too much hazard concrete in the network. Maybe a block of say 200. That's probably one stack, or is this stacks of 10? I can't remember. Oh no, yeah, it's 200 for concrete. All right, there's our 50 concrete. Apparently you're stopped. It's less than 200. Am I making it somewhere else? Logistics. Nope, I got 54. What did you do, buddy? What did you do? If it's... You just can't output it. Why? No, that's not what I wanted to do. Alright. Let's get this going. Where is that hazard concrete going? There it is. Okay. Is this just not far enough? I'm going to rip you out and we're going to start again. Try again. There you go. Sometimes you just got to start from scratch. All right. So let's grab a bunch of it, and we'll go do some decorating. We'll probably grab some regular concrete as well, 'cause, you know, it's good to get that. Maybe not all of it. It is good to get that contrast between the two. All right. Gosh, at 2 times speed when you zoomed right in. That's it seems very fast. Look at all these bots going. How's our network looking? We are using every single logistics bot that we have available. Feels good. Feels good. It's a nice swarm. A lot of them are probably bringing all that brass over, which is, oh well, it is what it is. Yeah, let's change this down to 500. Maybe we'll change it down to 200. In fact. I want to have some bots. We don't want to have the bots that are needed over here going through it. How's our upgrades looking? Pretty poor. It doesn't look like any upgrades have happened. Even though none of these have been made. Of course they haven't. We have you not set up properly. Aha. Another, I'm an idiot. No. Okay, I remember what happened now. I did this, I connected it, and they went, oh no, we don't need it because there's a block there. But if you connect it and then put nothing in there, it still is connected. So there we go. Now we should see, hopefully, some construction bots grab them. Yeah, go guys, go. All right, that'll speed things up. Now let's get the most important thing going. Let's make our rocket launch site beautiful. All right, so we'll start with the regular concrete. And we'll do, trying to find a place where I can walk through. There we go. Alright, right up to the edge. Interesting, okay. That Gotta make it all nice and even. Get down here. And we're out. Oh man, that takes a lot of concrete, doesn't it? I mean, I could get the bots. I could get the bots to do it. I don't even know if I feel like our level of concrete production is not going to keep up for this, is it? Let's well, I mean, we got a bit of time. How many? We're at 28, so it's a slow process. I think that times 10 speed is going to be required. I won't put that on camera though, because times 10 speed it's hard on the eyes. But we're gonna launch it. All right. Concrete is now all going into hazard concrete. That's okay. I think that's probably enough hazard concrete. We'll grab all that. You are working your tiny little butt off. We could speed you up. Sure. Let's why not make a few of those while we can. And where'd you go? There you are. All right. Go a little bit faster. Make a bit more. All right. We may have to get the bots, the construction bots, to do that tiling for us. Because I'm not going to run backwards and forwards constantly making this happen. We could do some stone, of course. Yeah. Let's just see how we go. A bit of concrete, bit of stone. We'll figure it out. I think I've got some stone over here. Look at these bots waiting to charge. Yeah, we do have some stone. All right. Let's grab some stone. I've got a bunch of roboports in my inventory, so at some point we probably should just drop a few down where we see a lot of traffic, which is clearly this like central area. We've got to actually find places where we can put it. I do have to make sure I don't go too low, otherwise we will cross the streams. But there are certainly a lot of spots around here that can take it. Somewhere in there. There we go. All right, that should help them out a little bit. Okay, so if we can concrete. How am I? All right. What I need to do is get that, and then just copy that. There we go. All right. I should have just done it here. I don't know why I didn't do it there. And get in map mode and just go like that. There we go. All right. That line. Is that the line? The top line? Yeah, that'll do. All right. And then this one is this line here, except for that bit there, and that line there. All right. And then we should be able to deconstruct that. So that will be the concrete. Around there, and then if we get the stone, we'll reinforce concrete. Concrete brick. Oh yeah, that's the nice one, isn't it? We could do a nice path. We'll leave that one till the end. What I'm going to do is get the stone. Oh, hang on. We still need a little more along here. Get these wind turbines. Okay, and then that one needs to be covered up with some of the brick. Alright, so I'm going to do, say, a 4x4. 4x4 there. Yep, we'll go a little bit across. Did I go too high? No. I think I copied. Yeah. Well, all right. I went too low with that other brick. Let's get the stone back here and run it along here. Make sure it marries up. All right. Beautiful. That's not so beautiful. All right. Maybe we've got a heap of stone. We'll just stone this whole area. And then we can work out where we want to put our path. There we go. All right. None of this filthy nature anymore. Ooh, look at that. A tiny bit of filthy nature. Gone. Another one, man. Who is in charge of this? Alright, so let's get our hazard concrete now. And we definitely want that area to be hazard concreted. We'll get kind of just around the edges of our area here. We'll get a little bit around each of these guys. Stay away from the substations. As a former substation engineer, I can thoroughly recommend staying away from substations. There we go. And look, we've got a bit left over. Let's get these roboports. And I did miss that one and that one. All right. And then that just leaves us with our little bit of pathing. Reinforced concrete. If we want to enter the shuttle, we shall do it from here. I think this line makes a lot of sense. There we go. And we'll need a tiny little bit of a land bridge, won't we? There we go. Last but not least, concrete brick. Bam! All right. Do we have a path to actually connect this up to? No, not really. That's okay. We'll just make it so that when we're in the screen, it disappears. That's where we will enter the rocket from. In which point, I'm actually going to rip those out. Now, let's see if we have 266 of these. We're 299. All right, that's fine. I'm pretty happy with that. A few lights would actually make this quite beautiful, and you can kind of see it's not quite symmetrical top to bottom, but it's fine. It's fine. I'm okay with it. All right. Let's have a look at some numbers. We are at 29 parts, and I think, look, we've been going for 22 minutes. It's time. It's time to 10 by it. Game speed 10. Go. Let's see how the computer can handle it. We've got a lot going on. Not sure we're actually going to get 10 speed, but we'll leave it going. While it's, I mean, before I pause this, we can have a chat while this is running at such speeds. And what have we learnt? Well, what have I learnt? I've learnt a lot. There are a lot of things that I would do very differently if I was setting up a run from the start again. Obviously the spaghetti. I mean, spaghetti's great if you just want to launch a rocket. If you want to do a little bit more, spaghetti is not your friend. So if I did another Seablock run, it would definitely be to try and go a bit further than a rocket launch, in which case I would do much neater setups from the get-go. Of course, with Bob's Angels, you are always ripping out old setups and improving them, but having, like, at the start, it feels like land, like making the sand is such a difficult thing to do. But by the end, I mean, if we look at our logistics network, we have 56,000 sand ready to go. So yeah, that is not an issue, and you can just expand out infinitely. So making big chunks of things similar to what you would do, probably even having a rail network to move stuff around would be ideal. Power is the other thing. Not going to fuel oil earlier is a bit of a regret. I mean, fuel oil, as we saw, that we got farming, I think it only needs blue science. Maybe even, I mean, we're here. Let's not do that because it pauses. Yeah, getting farming up and going for fuel oil and then just relying on that seems like a no-brainer, really. That even towards the end, it's supplying enough for us. So pretty easy to do, simple setups, like not having to worry about the charcoal at that point. I think that is a something that should have been done much earlier. But as with everything, like just learning, first time, got to just try these things out and see what works and what doesn't. And that kind of brings me to another point. I want to thank everyone who's left comments. Everyone's comments have been super helpful. First time I've played it, lots of people are much more experienced and intelligent than I am. And thank you very much for your tips. There have been times where that has certainly saved me, especially like just knowing the recipes for Bobs and Angels, knowing the improved recipes and providing hints on where I should be heading rather than just sort of sticking with some of the basic recipes, which I've done in a lot of places just for laziness really. But those improved recipes are there to make everything more efficient, which is really important in a Seablock run, especially if you wanted to go further. And honestly, I mean, that pretty much sums it up. It's been a very long journey, and I'm not going to say I'm going to be glad that it's over, but I am looking forward to getting into something new, and that will be Dyson Sphere program. I'll probably take, I take a week off, only record one night a week. So next week, I'll only be doing the one episode tonight, and next week we'll be starting Dyson Sphere program, which please don't spoil it for me. I haven't been watching any of the big YouTubers doing it. I haven't played it all myself, apart from the aborted 3 or 4, 1 or 2, I don't even know. The couple of episodes I started series before, I had to scale back on the recording. So it will be all fresh to me. I will be making mistakes. I will be trying to learn, trying to get it right, but we'll see how we go. Similar concept, just a different world. So at this point, I am going to pause it, and we are going to come back and we are going to launch this rocket and say farewell to Seablock. And we're back. I left that running for about probably about half an hour. And during that time, there were a couple of things. Obviously, as you can see, the rocket is there. We got there. There was two things that I had to do when I left it. Came back and saw that things were not going well. The first was I set up a production for sodium hydroxide of all things, just using some salination plants, electrolyzers, making salination plants, making salt, then making sulfur, and then turning that sulfur into sulfur hydroxide. That was for the aluminium. Our little friend, the aluminium over here, was out of sodium hydroxide to make the aluminium chain that we have here. And the other thing was plastic. There was over here, this overflow valve was pointing the wrong way, so this residual gas had backed up, which obviously stopped the production here of this plastic. But our main plastic down here somewhere, here it is over here, this main plastic relies on the naphtha, which comes from our oil over here, but it was actually backed up because this had backed up the raw gas, which meant no crude was getting made, which meant no naphtha was getting made. So just that one tiny thing, the wrong way around, had thrown us. But look, the other thing I also did was I researched automobilism so that we can launch ourselves into space. Now, where is the car? Gosh, I'm sure I built one. There it is. All right, get it in there. Let's jump on in, and let's just launch this baby. All right. Well, it has been a blast, and away we go. Say goodbye to our Seablocky friends. Look at that. Under 200 hours. That's a personal record. That's. I mean, that number speaks for itself. 121 episodes, 200 hours, game speed 2 most of the way. That last hour actually got it to game speed 20. Game speed 20 was running fine. 25, a little bit iffy. 20 was fine. And here we are. We have completed a rocket launch in the Seablock mod pack. I'm pretty stoked. It's emotional. Look, a lot of hours sunk, and enjoyed every minute of it. It's got lots of challenges. Seablock. It's a fantastic mod. If you've watched this whole way through and you haven't caught the bug yet, go in and just give it a try. Nothing much else to say other than a massive thank you to my wonderful, wonderful patrons. If you've watched this whole series and you want to contribute to the channel, by all means, there are some links down below on how you can help out. Next up, we will be doing Dyson Sphere program. That is correct. Next week, we'll start that one off, and hopefully we don't make as much of a myth of it as we did of Seablock, and hopefully it's not going to take us 200 hours to do, because I'm not sure if that has a game speed modifier on it. Anyway, thank you all for your help along the way, and I will see you in our new series.